Well, hello, welcome once again to Stuff and Things, where I like to talk about stuff and occasionally even things. I'm your good friend Bradley, and today is a very pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. You may notice by my surroundings that I am not in the Stuff and Things studios. That is for various reasons. We're just going to have to make do with me filming in my office, I guess, in my apartment. We'll make it work. A little bit varied background there. You can see some shelves with some stuff and some other shelves with other stuff. Guitar cases, things like that. Maybe it's kind of fun to be somewhere else. We have many stuffs and things to discuss in this week's Sunday Stuff and Things, including upcoming videos. Still going on with series, well, we're kind of going on with series on the Stuff and Things Plays channel. We'll talk about that a little bit. I made a video for this week. I know you're expecting the BlackHouse review, but there is a different video that I'm interspersing in there. We'll get into that a little bit. I want to talk just a bit about football. We're getting to the championship series here, or the NFC and AFC championship games. And then I thought I'd do something rather fun, hopefully, for this week, something a little bit different. We're going to be getting into popular music and how I feel about popular music. And by the way we're going to do that is by listening to the top 10 on Spotify. This should be weird. It should be kind of strange, which is the same thing as weird. It should be interesting, hopefully, and entertaining. And then, of course, we have your questions. Ugh. I don't have a table here. In hashtag askstuffandthings. We'll be answering those questions coming up soon. But let's get to the first topic. All right, I mentioned upcoming videos, and so on the Stuff and Things Plays channel, some of you have been watching the Soma series and the Cyberpunk 2077 series. The Soma series continues next week. I think Monday and Wednesday are Soma episodes. We are getting very close to the end. I think there are 20 episodes in total for the Soma series, and I think we'll be to episode 17 by Friday of next week. The Cyberpunk series, I'm gonna have to give a little bit of a pause because as I've been recording this gameplay for Cyberpunk 2077, it's working just fine on my computer, but I have not been able to solve the problem of stuttering footage when I record it on my computer. So we have episode 10 we'll be posting this Wednesday, and after that, I'm just gonna have to take a break from Cyberpunk because it's just, I'm not happy with the quality of the footage. I know some of you have pointed out that it's not very easy to watch. It's not every episode and it's not all the time in every episode, but it's definitely there. It's very annoying. I have tried extremely hard to correct it and I just haven't been successful doing that so far. So until I can come up with a solution to make the footage actually good and watchable, we won't be continuing with the Cyberpunk 2077 series. Instead, I am going to be playing a game, and now this is annoying. I thought it'd be fun to play a game called Hitman 2, which is this sandbox-style game where you play an assassin, you're sneaking around, getting into all sorts of weird hijinks, try to take out these targets. And I had no idea that Hitman 3 was going to be launching, like, right now. I think it's out now. So I started playing Hitman 2. I think it's fun. I think the series is fun. And that will be posting soon. Maybe I'll play Hitman 3 at some point as well, but for now we'll be doing, Soma will be finishing, Hitman 2 will be going, and we'll see where we go from there. Now, I mentioned that the BlackHouse review will not be posting this coming week, it'll be the following week. Instead, I am doing something that was sort of inspired by some comments I've gotten and some emails I've gotten, but it's basically me taking a grammar test, an English grammar test, because sometimes, I don't mean to, but I know that sometimes I can come off as being kind of pedantic or stuffy or weird about grammar, and some people have pointed out, like, I just said like, so my grammar isn't perfect. Some people have pointed out that I can seem a bit snotty about grammar, where maybe I'll point out grammar mistakes, or maybe I seem sort of stuffy when I'm speaking. Come on, guys. I do construction for a living. I did go to college. Obviously, I have some education, but I'm not a college professor or anything. I just happen to enjoy the English language and English grammar. I enjoy at least knowing how to speak, quote, correctly, even if I don't always follow through with that. And I jokingly, around New Year's, said that my New Year's resolution was going to be to correct people's grammar, which is probably the most annoying thing you can do for people. But I do notice people making mistakes all the time. And it's one thing when you're in a casual conversation, but it's another thing when you see it in like a newspaper headline or someone who is supposed to be a presenter presenting factual information and then making very obvious grammatical errors. Anyway, I thought it would be fun for me to take a grammar test to see if I'm actually as good at grammar as I kind of think I am. I don't think I'm amazing, again. But we do that in this week's episode for Stuff and Things. It'll be posting on Wednesday. And I think it's interesting. I think especially for people who may not speak English as their first language, and I know I have a lot of international viewers of Stuff and Things, it could be interesting for you to see, because as I'm answering the questions, I'm giving my reasons for answering the way that I am, and then we go through the results and just check everything out. It should be fun. It should be interesting. You should check it out this coming Wednesday. All right, let's just briefly talk a little bit of football. Obviously, the Seahawks got knocked out of the playoffs, so it makes me lose quite a bit of interest in the proceedings. I'm not really rooting for any team in particular, but now we've gotten down to the Final Four. On the AFC side, we have the Bills versus the Chiefs, and on the NFC, we have the Bucks versus the Packers. So personally, if I had to pick, I would like the Bucks to beat the Packers because I think it would be kind of fun and cool for Tom Brady to get to the Super Bowl with a new team. After having left the Patriots and the Patriots not even making the playoffs, having Tom Brady in the Super Bowl would be fun. I'm kind of irritated by Aaron Rodgers. I don't know why that is. I've just always been kind of irritated by him. I think he's amazing. He's the Green Bay Packers quarterback, for those of you who don't know. He's a fantastic quarterback, obviously. He's probably should be the MVP this year, but there's just something about him that rubs me the wrong way, and I think maybe it's because he or the Seahawks have faced the Packers. Often the Packers are kind of the obstacle into getting further in the NFC Championship. I don't know. There's just something about Aaron Rodgers, so I think it would be fun for Tom Brady to beat Aaron Rodgers, or for the Bucks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to beat the Green Bay Packers, and for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go on to the Super Bowl. And then on the AFC side, I just think it would be really cool for the Bills to win and get into the Super Bowl. They haven't even, I don't know if they've been in the championship game. It's got to be well over 20 years or something. It's been a long time since the Bills have been good. And so it's really cool to see Josh Allen and the Bills doing well this year. And again, there's just something about Patrick Mahomes that I don't love. I don't know why. He's amazing. He's a fantastic quarterback, but I don't know. I think I would enjoy the Bills beating the Chiefs, and I would enjoy the Bucks beating the Packers. So I would like a Tampa Bay versus Buffalo Super Bowl, and as far as the winner, I wouldn't care. Whoever won out of those two teams, I'd be perfectly cool with. So there you go. Those are my Super Bowl wishes for this year, for this NFL season, because the Seahawks are gone. And I'm just going to have to wait until next year for something good to happen with them. Popular music. I can't say that I'm super familiar with the popular music these days. And I can't say that I ever really have been. There's only been one period in my life where I listened to like top 40 music, and that was when I was in the 7th grade. I don't know why it was the 7th grade, but that's when it was. And I used to listen to a local radio station here, and they would have their top 10 at 10, and I would listen to those songs. For the most part, throughout my entire life, I've always just listened to other music. When I was a kid, like a little kid, I listened to oldies stuff, because that's what my mom and dad would sort of let me listen to. Also classical music and things like that. So I listened to a lot of British 60s music and things as a child. And then, except for that brief period in 7th grade, when I did listen to top 40 music, then in high school, I was into things like, I don't know, alternative music and post-punk music and just other kinds of music. I never really liked popular music. I never really listened to popular music. Especially when I was younger, that was probably a bit of me being kind of a pretentious jerk and now it's not really about that. It's just I gravitate towards the kind of music I like, and that doesn't usually happen to be stuff that's popular or widely popular anyway. So I thought it would be kind of fun, because I am so out of touch with music and have been out of touch with music for 20 years. Again, so this isn't me being like a weird old man who just, what are these kids listening to these days? I've never really been that person. I've never listened to things that most people listen to. And so I just thought it would be fun to just pick what the top 10 songs are on Spotify right now, have me listen to them, and then give my opinion on them. I'm assuming I won't know almost any of the artists listed. I didn't even have Spotify. That's one thing too. Like, I had to download the Spotify app. Here it is on my phone now. I have never used Spotify. I have all the music that I listen to are albums that I have purchased that are in my iTunes library, and I listen to those. I never listen to Spotify. I never listen to Apple Music or anything like that. So this is a whole new world for me. I'm going to go to this is the Top Songs USA on Spotify, and this is for the week. I'm going to listen to each song. I've got my handy little 8-bit do USB speaker here. I'm going to be listening to it through here. Now, obviously, if I actually play the songs on this video will be blocked, and you won't be able to watch this video. You won't be watching this video right now. So I'm going to play the first couple bars. I'm going to mention the song, the artist, and if you want to, you can pause the video. You can listen to the song as well. I will have listened to the song, and then when the video resumes, I will give you my opinion of the song. I think it'd be kind of fun. I have no idea what people listen to. I've heard names. I've never heard a single Taylor Swift song in my life. I know she's super popular. Never heard of one of her songs. I'm trying to think of anyone else who's popular right now. I don't know. I have no clue. So let's go. We've got Top Songs USA by the week. Number 1 is Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Never heard of Olivia Rodrigo. Never heard the song Driver's License. I will play the first couple bars, then I will cut because I can't have the song in the video. And when we come back, I will have listened to the song. And if you want to listen to the song, Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo, let me know. Here we go. Or not let me know. Go ahead and listen to it. And then when I come back, we can talk about it. Here we go. Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Car door being opened. Okay, that was Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. It was fine. I wasn't offended by it. Its ineptitude didn't offend me, so it wasn't inept enough to offend me. The vocals were okay. I found she had kind of this like mushy mouth singing style that I'm not hugely a fan of, but it was all right. The lyrics were sort of elementary. It's apparently telling the story of a teenage girl, I'm assuming, who has lost her love. Her love apparently wrote a song about her that was not very nice, and now she got her driver's license so she could drive alone by the man's house. Yeah, it was fine. I didn't find anything particularly compelling about it, but neither did I find anything that was particularly annoying about it. It was kind of innocuous, kind of fine. All right, next is Good Days by SZA. I have never heard of SZA. I don't know if that's supposed to be like SZA or something like that, but I'm just going to say SZA, Good Days. Here we go. If you want to look this up and listen to it, go ahead. All right, I couldn't even listen to that the whole way. It's not that it was, again, it's not really annoying me that much, but it was just so boring. I can't, there's nothing about this song, Good Days by SZA, that differentiates it from any other thousands of other songs that I have heard, well, that I haven't actually sat down and listened to, but you just hear around. It's got that generic like beat in the background. There's no actual like real instrumentation. I'm assuming there is. I'm sure there are some studio musicians who are laying down some of these tracks, but most of it, it's not a band. I prefer music made by bands, by cohesive units of musicians who are getting together and making music. It doesn't always have to be that way. I can like some electronic stuff and things like that. But this just seems kind of generic and not that interesting to me. So we're gonna go to the next song, number 3, Bad Boy with Young Thug by Juice WRLD. It's WRLD, but I'm assuming Juice WRLD and Young Thug, because Young Thug has been featured in Bad Boy with Young Thug by Juice WRLD and Young Thug. So here we go. All right. Okay, I couldn't finish that one either. Bad Boy with Young Thug. Has nothing changed since like the early 2000s with some of this hip hop stuff? It's that same kind of background with the and then bad boy. It's the same thing that I've been hearing since like the early 2000s. The only era of like hip hop or rap that I ever have paid any attention to, and it was after the fact, was like early 90s stuff with, I like some of the like RZA stuff and Jizza and Wu-Tang Clan, things like that. For the most part, most hip hop I hear, and obviously I'm sure there's some good stuff out there, but as far as like the popular hip hop, it sounds like this, and I don't like this. All right, next is 34 plus 35 remix featuring Doja Cat by Ariana Grande. I have heard of Ariana Grande. I have never heard any of her music. I have no conception of what it's like. I'm assuming it's sort of hip-hop flavored because it seems like everything is. All right, let's go with 34 plus 35 remix featuring Doja Cat. Here we go. All right, again, I don't think I need to listen to all these songs. This one was actually by equal parts making me laugh and making me angry. The 3435 remix featuring Doja Cat by Ariana Grande. The lyrics have devolved to the point of, can you stay up all night, F me until the moon, or what was it, F me through the moonlight or in the moonlight or something like that. Basically, like that's what we've gotten to, and I don't care about cursing. I don't really care about, obscene content necessarily, but this is supposedly a very popular song, and we have no nuance anymore. It's just, can you F me throughout the night? I'm getting that lyric wrong. I don't know. It's irritating. It's the same kind of like, I'm a female vocalist, my voice is very auto-tuned, there's one of those super generic beats in the background, and every once in a while someone will get on and rap. I don't like it. Next is Whoopty by CJ. I'm expecting good things, CJ. He has gone up to number 5. He's moved up in the charts recently, the Spotify charts. This is Whoopty by CJ. Auto-tune.
Have me on the asset social, man. Loyalty over royalty, y'all niggas know the vibes.
Okay, Whoopty by CJ. I don't understand what differentiates this song, Whoopty by CJ, from all the other thousands of songs that I've heard that sound exactly like this. It's just, I just don't really get it. I don't really find it compelling. There's rap that I like, there's hip hop that I like. It is not this, CJ, or Whoopty by CJ. We are to number 6 now, Mood, featuring Ian Dior, 24 Golden. Again, the only person I've heard of off of this list so far is Ariana Grande. But this is 24 Karat Golden, Mood, featuring Ian Dior. All right, Mood, Mood by 24 Golden, featuring Ian Dior. Again, it's just the auto-tune vocals with the. Why does every freaking song have to have the and then the weird like clap soundtrack in the background or sound effect? That's their beat. It's. And then it's just the auto-tune or whatever they're using now for the vocal manipulation. There was some slightly like good hooky vocal melodies going on there, but just the instrumentation or lack thereof and the phrasing and everything just, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. So irritating. Okay, so far no good with the Spotify top 10. We are at number 7 now. Lemonade, featuring Gunna, or it's Lemonade by Internet Money, I guess, featuring Gunna and Don something. It cuts off here at the end. Lemonade. That sounds familiar. Like maybe I should know the song. I'm sure some of you are just screaming at your screens right now, but here we go. Lemonade by Internet Money, featuring Gunna and someone named Don. Here we go. Sounds like the intro to Under the Bridge, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is the same song. It is the same song as Mood, featuring Ian Dior. It has the same beat in the background. And then that kind of droning lyric, auto-tuned to hell, like, oh, I can't take it. I'm sorry, Lemonade by Internet Money, featuring Gunna and Don. We are going to number 8, Without You by The Kid Laroi. And why is everything, there's like lowercase letters and then all caps letters in the names of these artists? It's, okay. Without You by The Kid Laroi, number 8 on the Spotify top 10. Sounds like an actual guitar. All right, I've heard enough. One of my favorite lyrics so far today, You Can't Make a Wife Out of a Hoe, from Without You by The Kid Laroi. I don't know. It had some like acoustic background and then a oh in the background, and then the vocal melodies. Again, there was some okay stuff there. It just sounds so generic to me. There's nothing really particularly interesting about the song. It is interesting to me, I guess now, I mean, I haven't listened to popular music in so long, but I guess you used to have to make it for radio play, and now you don't, because everyone's just listening to things on Spotify or whatever streaming services. So the amount of swearing in these songs is kind of interesting to me. I don't care, it doesn't offend me or anything, it's just weird to hear like, F that, F, you know, just constantly in the lyrics. And this is like a ballad, it's a heartbroken man singing to his hoe. I don't know. Again, nothing that exciting so far. The only song that has been okay was number 1, Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. But now we're getting to number 9. This is Positions by Ariana Grande, her second appearance on the list. If you would like to listen along, go find Positions by Ariana Grande. Here we go. All right. Again, it has the exact same beat. I don't know why every single popular song, almost every single song on this list has the exact same beat. She maybe has a good voice. I don't know. It's so hard to tell with all the manipulation that's done to the vocals. Again, it's just there's nothing unique or interesting about these songs so far. I'm gonna have to pause for a second. I think I have to like start or press record again because I'm gonna be running out of record time. Hold on. Okay, we've got one more song in the Spotify Top 10. This is the USA Weekly Top 10, and it is Dakiti, maybe, by Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez. So if you want to look that up, it is Dakiti by Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez. I will listen to it now. Okay, I think that's enough. That was Dakiti by Bad Bunny and Jay Cortez. Again, droning, auto-tune vocals, just very repetitive beat. Did not find anything compelling or interesting. I thought I heard the word culo in there somewhere, which means butthole. I'm not sure exactly what they were referring to, or other than a butthole, but what the butthole was doing or what they were doing with the butthole. There was a lot of bongo. I don't know. It was in Spanish for the most part, or for all of it was in Spanish, so I couldn't understand a lot of it, but there wasn't that much compelling as far as musically or melodically or anything like that. Yeah, it's as bad as I thought. It's as bad as I had feared. But I'm not going to say, oh, it's worse now than it's ever been, because for the most part, popular music has always been crappy, in my opinion. When I was a kid, it was stuff like, I don't even know if I can think of any of the bands left, but well, I'm going to say Mariah Carey, but people will hate me for saying that. But I never liked her. I never liked any of the popular music. And that's not me being uber hipster man. It's just, for the most part, popular music is anodyne. It's made by committee. It's not anything, it can't be unique or interesting or exciting because it has to appeal to the broadest range of people possible. And I don't know, maybe some of these artists on here have some good stuff. Maybe me just listening to it as a one-off here isn't the best way for me to actually like consume this music. But let me go in. I have my little Spotify here. They made me pick a couple artists. Here's a band that I like. Oh, where are they? I can't even find. How do you use Spotify? Okay, we're gonna go here. Okay, so that was the top 10 on Spotify. Here's a band that I actually like, The Strokes. I can't actually play the song because this video will be blocked, but if you have been following along with me, listening to some of these songs, now find The Adults Are Talking. Now, this isn't The Strokes' best song. It's off their most recent album, though, and it's a good song. It's a song that says something. It's interesting lyrically. It's interesting musically. It is a band making music together. And again, you don't have to be in a band. You could be an electronic artist. You could be whatever. But this is a song off The Strokes' latest album. It is called The Adults Are Talking. Listen along with me if you would like. All right, so to me, that's a good song. It's not the best song that the Strokes have ever written. It's not even probably in their top 20 Strokes songs, but it has an interesting melody. It has a good chorus. It has unique instrumentation. You could hear that song and it doesn't sound like every other song that you've ever heard. And you may not love the Strokes, it may not be your style of music or anything, but I think you would have to admit that that song has more character just within that one song than all 10, well maybe not all 10, but most of all the songs in the top 10 of the Spotify list had that we just listened to. I don't know. It's not this thing. I'm trying to make it very clear that I'm not saying that popular music today is worse than popular music of the past. I'm saying that for the most part, popular music has been pretty awful. There are some eras where I think maybe it was a little better, but I think a lot of that is because the cream rises to the top. We don't go back and listen to stuff from the 60s that was awful. We listen to stuff from the 60s that was good, and that's the stuff that's remembered. I don't know about the things from this era. I don't know which things from this era are going to continue being popular in the future, 20, 30, 40 years down the line. But the bands that I gravitate towards, the music I gravitate towards, I think has more of a timeless quality to it. And most of the stuff that we heard in the Spotify top 10 just sounded so generic, and like I really couldn't tell one song from the next. I found that interesting. I hope that you guys did. I think we've been going so long now that I don't know that we have time for hashtag #AskStuffandThings. I may have to just save these questions for next week. We have some good ones here. And if you have some more and you would like me to answer a question on the next Sunday Stuff and Things, excuse me while I try to put this down, you can tweet at SATBradley with the hashtag #AskStuffandThings, or you can try to ask or leave a comment on YouTube. I try to go through those and pull out questions as well. Also, if you are a Patreon supporter, you can write to me on there. But we'll take all those questions, the ones I have here and the ones that you will be asking in the coming week, and I will save those for next week. But before we go, it is time for the best part of the show, and that is where I thank our Patreon supporters. The people who support the channels on Patreon at $25 or more a month get a special shout out every week. And I would like to thank Ryan McFadin, Kirk Crompton, Private Eye, Glenn, Gus, Jason Buckner, Jen O'Side, John Leone, Krisztian Kovacs, Joshua Jackson, Gloria Phillips, and MDoftheNorth. Thank you all so much. Welcome back, MDoftheNorth. And also the Maniacs here, the crazy people who support the channels at $100 a month. People like Peter Straub, Bob Magee, and David Gaudreau. Thank you all so much. If you would like to support the channels on Patreon, there is a link in the description box below. It is much appreciated. We thank you so much for that. There are also t-shirts available. Check the description below or the bar under the video. Please watch the video I post on Wednesday about English grammar. I know it sounds dry, but I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. Frog in throat. Please continue watching the series on Stuff and Things Plays every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There will be a video posting at 2 p.m. Pacific, the Soma series and the Cyberpunk series, which may be coming to an end for now. But until next time, until we meet again, I've been a good friend, Bradley. You've been the audience. This has been Stuff and Things on a pleasant Sunday Stuff and Things. I'll see you later. Can't marry no hoe.